Today we invite you to explore Writings of Bahá'u'lláh, The Seven Valleys, Part 5 of 8. Bahá'u'lláh was the enlightened prophet and founder of the Bahá'í faith. He and his teachings are believed to be prophesied in Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and other religions. Bahá'u'lláh was born in 1817 in Tehran, Persia, in present-day Iran. The word Baha means glory or splendor. The Bahá'í faith rests on three core principles: unity of God, unity of religion, and unity of humankind. Approximately 7 million people today in many countries adhere to the Bahá'í faith. Their scriptures are translated into 800 languages, and there are houses of worship in every corner of the world. Bahá'í principles envision an ideal society. These principles are gender equality, elimination of all forms of prejudice, whether religious, racial, class, or national, harmony of religion and science, universal opportunity of education for all, a universal auxiliary language which all humanity can use to cooperate quickly with one another, a judicious world government, and the elimination of extremes of wealth and poverty. The Bahá'í followers see a noble society as a real goal to be pursued in everyday life. Today we present a selection from The Seven Valleys, which was written in Baghdad after Bahá'u'lláh returned from Kurdistan in 1856.
The Seven Valleys, an exposition of the mysteries enshrined in the stages of ascent for those that seek to journey unto God, the Almighty, the ever-forgiving. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate.
Therefore, the lovers of the countenance of the Beloved have said, O Thou whose essence alone can lead to His essence, and who transcendeth all likeness to His creatures. How can uttering nothingness spur its charger in the arena of eternity, or a fleeting shadow reach to the everlasting sun? The friend, addressed by the words, But for thee, hath said, We have failed to know thee, and the Beloved, alluded to by the words, or even closer, hath said, Nor attained thy presence. Indeed, the references that have been made to the degrees of mystic knowledge pertain to the knowledge of the radiance of that Sun of Truth as it becometh reflected in various mirrors. And the radiance of that light is present within the hearts, yet it is hidden beneath the veils of selfish desires and earthly attachments, as a candle within a lantern of iron, and only when the cover is lifted doth the light of the candle shine out. In like manner, when thou dost strip the veils of illusion from the face of thine heart, the lights of oneness will be made manifest. It is clear, then, that even these rays are not subject to egress or regress, how much less that essence of existence and longed-for mystery. O my brother, consider these matters in the spirit of enquiry, not in blind imitation. A true wayfarer will not be deterred by the impediment of words, nor daunted by the sway of insinuations. How can a curtain part the lover from his love, when Alexander's wall cannot keep them apart? Secrets are many and strangers are myriad. Volumes will not suffice to hold the mystery of the Beloved, nor can it be exhausted in these pages, though it be no more than a word, no more than a sign. Knowledge is one point which the foolish have multiplied. Infer then from this the differences among the worlds. Though the worlds of God be infinite, yet some refer to them as four: the world of time, which hath both a beginning and an end; the world of duration, which hath a beginning but whose end is not apparent; the world of primordial reality, whose beginning is not to be seen, but which is known to have an end; and the world of eternity, of which neither the beginning nor the end is visible. Although there are many differing statements as to these points, to recount them in detail would result in weariness. Thus some have said that the world of perpetuity hath neither beginning nor end, and have equated the world of eternity with the invisible, inaccessible, and unknowable essence. Others have called these the worlds of the heavenly court, of the celestial dominion, of the divine kingdom, of the mortal existence. Moreover, the journeys in the pathway of love have been reckoned as four: from the creatures to the true one, from the true one to the creatures, from the creatures to the creatures, and from the true one to the true one. There is many an utterance of the sages and mystics of former times which I have not mentioned here, since I disapprove of copious citation from the sayings of the past, for quotation from the words of others is a sign of acquired learning and not divine bestowal. Even so much as I have quoted here is out of deference to the custom of men and after the manner of the learned. Further, such matters are beyond the scope of this epistle. My unwillingness to recount their sayings is not from pride; rather, it is the manifestation of wisdom and the revelation of bounty. If Kadir did wreck the vessel on the sea, 1,000 rights are in this wrong concealed. Otherwise, this servant regardeth himself as utterly lost and non-existent, even before one of the beloved of God. How much less in the presence of his holy ones? Glorified be my Lord, the Most High. Moreover, our aim is to recount the stages of the wayfarer's journey, not to set forth the conflicting utterances of the mystics. Although a brief example hath been given concerning the beginning and ending of the relative and contingent world, yet a further illustration is now provided, that the full meaning may become clear. For instance, let thine eminence consider his own self. Thou art first in relation to thy Son, and last in relation to thy Father. In thine outward appearance, thou tellest of the appearance of power in the realms of divine creation. In thine inward being, thou revealest the hidden mysteries which are the divine trust deposited within thee. And thus firstness and lastness, outwardness and inwardness are, in a sense, referred to all true of thyself, so that in these four states conferred upon thee, thou mayest comprehend the four divine states, and that the nightingale of thine heart, warbling on all the flowering branches of the tree of existence, whether seen or unseen, might cry out, He is the first and the last, the seen and the hidden. These statements are made in the sphere of that which is relative. Otherwise, those souls who with but one step have traversed the world of the relative and the conditioned, and dwelt in the court of independent sovereignty, and pitched their tent in the realms of absolute authority and command, have burned away these relativities with a single spark, and blotted out these words with a mere dewdrop. And they swim in the sea of the Spirit, and soar in the holy atmosphere of inner heavenly light. Then what existence have words on such a plane, that first and last, or other than these, should be mentioned or described? In this realm, the first is the same as the last, and the last is the same as the first. In thy soul of love build a fire, and burn all thoughts and words entire. O my friend, look to thyself. Hadst thou not become a father and begotten a son, neither wouldst thou have comprehended these words. Now forget them one and all, that thou mayest learn from the Master of love in the schoolhouse of divine unity. Mayest thou return unto God, forsake the land of unreality for thy true station, and dwell beneath the shadow of the tree of knowledge. For more information, please visit www.baha'i.org. Thank you, enthusiastic viewers, for joining us on today's program, Writings of Bahá'u'lláh, The Seven Valleys, Part 5 of 8, on Words of Wisdom,